Good morning, everyone. I'm having problems getting my earbuds connected. So that is weird. That happens occasionally. I have to turn off my Bluetooth and turn it back on and get it to connect right. So let's see if I can get it to connect this time. Possibly. Where did it connect to? Heck, I don't know. Is it connected? Can we hear? Nope, we can't hear. Oh well. We've got issues. We've got technical issues this morning. Alright, I think we're good now. Yeah, I know y'all can hear me, but I couldn't get my earbud connected. So, good morning, everyone. Morning, Mr. Dirk, Mr. Knives Our Life, Mr. TC, Mr. Nick, Mr. Pete. I hope you all are doing well this Friday morning. It is Friday, which is a great day. Let's go over really quickly what I carried in my pocket last night. And I've really been loving these knives. So I carried my Tonto one again. You can see it's got a bunch of schmoo on it. Need to wipe it off. One thing I did find out about this knife last night, which if you get one you might want to address, is this front part is not sharp at all. It's more like a chisel than a knife, and so I need to sharpen that front because it didn't want to cut like this, and that's the whole point of having an edge like that. Good morning, Clint. But the action on it's perfect. And then in my back pocket I felt like carrying this again, so I carried this. This is my God of Mayhem, or God of Malice, or God of Mischief. Yeah, it's God of Mischief, I believe. God of Mayhem, God of Malice, GOM, whatever you want to call it. So those were what I carried last night, but I also took 3 more. And this is what made me realize about the topic of the video: why do clones keep their value? And anybody that has bought a clone the last year, like say for instance these, or a Rosie clone, or any of the newer ones, you can keep them for 2 or 3 months, and maybe even longer, and then sell them for what you've got in them. People don't like waiting for the 2 or 3 weeks from China. And so you can get your money, whatever you spent, right back out of it after keeping it for 2 or 3 months. And you cannot do that with regular knives. So that's what brought up the topic of this one, because I showed these on stream the other day. And these are my 2 Emersons. This one has the chisel grind, and the other one does not. This one does not have the chisel grind. It has the regular V grind. And I bought this one July of 2024. And they no longer make it. And someone saw it on a video of mine. And I paid $90 for this knife a year ago in July, and he is paying me $100 to send it to him. He's buying it from me today for $100. So the knife is a year old. It's a clone, and it's still worth what it was a year ago. So that's pretty crazy. And actually, thinking about it, I've not really lost any money on any clones that I've sold. And that's just a weird thing to me. Even the older ones, I've been able to get back out of them what I've got in them. So actually, I just told him he could give me $90 for it and pay for the shipping, which would be $6 or $7. And he was just like, I'll give you $100. So I was like, that works. That'll cover the shipping and the cost of the knife. But yeah, so weird that knives that aren't clones lose their value a lot quicker than clones, it seems. So I carried both of those two. Then I also carried my SMKE Gareth Bull Trapper clone with Damascus. And this is a super cool little clone also. It's got S90V blade steel. And it does not have a clip, so it's one of those knives I either need to sell or get a little pouch for it to be able to carry it. I don't have any of those little pouches. Yeah, but even original knives, they drop some. They don't, I mean, unless they're just something super special, they're going to drop a little bit. You're not going to get what you paid or more unless it's a limited, you know, like something, very rare cases. Because even stuff like Rosie's, unless they're just a one-off or something, they still lose some kind of value. Yeah, I need to find something for this knife or sell it. One thing I would like to report is that YouTube has evidently gone back and fixed my algorithm with the shorts, because shorts were how I got 90% of my subscribers. And this last month, they really messed with me. I went from getting about 1,000 views a short to getting like 30 and 40 views on some of my shorts. Well, I'd like to announce that the last 3 days, they've started going back up to where they were before. And that is a very good thing. Oh, and just like Pete said, there you go. Drop a like. I got some little animated things on the screen now that I can add to remind y'all to drop a like. So please do that. And I will not have to hit this little button and make it pop up like this. I need to get a sound that goes with it to remind y'all. But at least I've got the little animation now. So that's cool. So I didn't receive any knives in the mailbox yesterday, really. Not for myself. But I did receive a knife in the mail yesterday. It is not really mine. But let's take a look at what that is. No, the stupid case has still not come yet, so I've got knives scattered everywhere still. And they sent me that stupid message again about, are you sure, like, we'll let you know when it ships. So what I did is I just ordered another one. Like, I'm convinced there's something locked up in their system and they're screwing with me. So I just ordered another one. I'm going to cancel that other order. But I still haven't gotten the case. Crazy. All right, so what is this? What is in the Civivi bag? Well, I can tell you, let's see, that one I'm selling today, this one I'm putting up. I've actually got a few slots in my clone case at the moment. Oh, this one goes back up in here. But I do have a couple of spots, so let me put these two in there. And then we'll throw the Strider in there too. Is that full again? Nope, still got one slot. So what other clone is on the table that I can put up? I can put the other nice Strider. Alright. So this is the knife. Oh, I didn't even see that there's a note. Guess I'll read that off. But this is the knife that Fred sent me to work on. So this is his microjet that he turned into a front flipper that he showed on video the other day for me to work on. So we're gonna check it out. Let's see. All right, got me a note from Fred saying he appreciates me taking a look at this and working on it. So this is the microjet, and he did turn it into a front flipper, and it is possible to front flip it now. So he knocked off this corner, and in doing so, it discolored it here. And something else I noticed, which would be really hard to control if you didn't do what I'm about to do, and that is the alignment of them is not exactly right. So it's a little cockeyed. This one is a little higher than this one. And if you tried to do them individually, I could see where that would be a problem. So what I'm going to do to fix that is I'm going to take apart the knife, remove the blade, then totally reassemble the knife and have it reassembled while I work on leveling this up by eye to where this side it goes down a little bit. Or you can clamp them together, but I'm going to do it with it assembled, just because I like to look at, I'll be able to look down the knife and, you know, get all my, so we're going to go ahead, maybe do that. But yeah, clamping them together would work too, Pete. Good idea. But, and I guess trying to, I mean, you know, if you can't see it level, you should be able to see that, but it might show up if they're spaced apart a little bit, a little better. And I don't know if y'all can tell what I'm talking about there, but it goes up at an angle, kind of tilted. This side is higher. Yeah, and I'm going to do it with the Dremel drums just because I can do that on video instead of going out to the sander. But then I'm going to drop it in the multi-etch, or I might try to match. First, I'm going to try to match it up with a torch. I'm going to see what a torch will do to it and see if I can darken it a little with the torch. Good morning, Sever7. So I'm going to try to hand darken just these two areas with a torch and see if I can get it close enough. But I don't think it will. I think it'll turn gold instead of a brown. But we'll see. If that doesn't work, I'm going to multi-etch it, take it back to stock, and then put a really cool ano on it. I was actually thinking about doing exactly like that guy did with the ballast song and do a splash pattern ano on here. Oh, by the way, this blade has been darkened and stonewashed, and I think I could totally match that and redo that too, but I'm going to leave it alone right now. He liked the stonewash, But I could definitely get that re-acid washed and stone washed. So yeah, I'm wondering if he had a good time, if that event was last night or if it is today. I don't remember looking at the dates on that page we looked at, whether it was last night or tonight. And I don't really remember what he said, whether he was going last night or tonight. So, I'd like to hear how that... Yeah, I could try to blacken it a little with WD-40, but that will warp scales if you try to turn them black that way, like dipping them in WD-40. But yeah, putting some WD-40 on it wouldn't hurt. For sure. So all I'm going to do is pull out the blade and put this right back together. And this is actually the first time I've done this. I have not assembled a knife without a blade, which is weird with all the modding stuff that I've done. I don't know why that's sitting up either. Something's going on with that. I think this is supposed to go on the other side. Yep, I think he's got them backwards. I think there's that little locking tab on this side. And I think it got reassembled backwards. Yep, it sure did. So it's supposed to go the other way. I thought there was something going on with that. I could tell that that was sitting proud of the scales when I looked at it, but I didn't really pay attention. So this pivot needs to go the other way. And I'm just going to put these bearings back in there just so I don't lose them. Actually, no, I don't want to get any kind of dust in them. So I will leave those off. Now, let me get this turned the right way. Whoops. So this has that little notch in it that lines up with that little notch. And should drop into place. That's why that other side was sitting proud. There it goes. Now we're lined up. Whoops, backspacer came out. Give me just a second, guys, and I will have this back together and we will go on to talk about some new drops. I don't think I'm going to do much of this on video today, but I wanted to show y'all kind of what was going on with it. All right. Dang it. There we go. Now I need to put that screw back in. Dang it. Not having luck with the screws this morning. Alright, got that one back on, and let's see, the clip is on that side, so this goes on this side with this screw. And I didn't have to reassemble all this, but keep it all together. All we got is the blades and the bearings up there. And now we ought to be able to see pretty good when I get that even. Alright, I can't see what anybody's saying in the chat. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't leave the bearings in there, mister, after I thought about it. Yeah, I agree, man. Both of these are beautiful. I actually don't know. The other one should be laying right here somewhere too. What happened to it? Who knows? I got too many knives laying around over here. And oddly enough, the only two that I don't seem to care about touching other things and hitting stuff are these two. I don't mind if these get some marks on them. Why is that? Because I know that they're made for utility, and it doesn't bother me a bit to clang these together, but this would make me cringe and almost cry if I did it with another knife. Is that because I know these are for utility and they're going to get marked up? Oh yeah, here's the other one. Is that why it doesn't bother me? It's kind of weird. But the only two I've got thrown over here to the side that are touching each other is these two. Everything else is kind of separated where it won't touch anything else, where they don't get marked up. All right. And why doesn't he make a Zon with a flipper tab? That's something I've wondered too, because a lot of people love flipper tabs. But I don't think he makes one with one, does he? As far as I mean Mr. CR. All right, let's go to those. So let's see. Let's go to the drop point. See what's new today. Let's see. The droppoint.com. Let me get Firefox turned on and the camera turned off. Alrighty. I wonder if, oh yeah, let me test something, because I haven't got the kinks worked out of this yet, but if I turn this on, does it pop up on top of everything? Yep. So that's cool. I can hit those whenever I want, wherever I am. Same with this one. Why is that one not coming up? Oh, there we go. All right. Try English, TC. What's that last? They're meant to be flipped, so that's why they left off a flipper tab. I'm confused. You got an answer for everything. No meant to be? Okay. Not meant to be. Alright. Alright. I got it all figured out. I translated. Well, the thumb studs on them are actually stop pins, so they're not really even thumb studs. They work as thumb studs, but they are stop pins. So I think the added flipper works well. Let's see. Fixed blades, we're going to go down to folders first this time, because we did fixed blades last week. The Oxbow from Finch. That is a sharp little knife. I don't like the abalone. I guess I like the blue resin one better. Yeah, that's definitely a cool little... It's all good, TC. Yeah, that's definitely a cool little knife. I like the shape of that one a lot. Sheep's foot. They call it a sheep's foot. Good. I got that one right finally. We figured out sheep's foot are made to not puncture stuff. And that one does not look like it would puncture anything. Uh-oh. We got a problem. Oh, problem solved. Never mind. Yeah, that's a cool little knife. Alright, what's next on the list? Kurt Zimmerman Knives, Damascus Custom. That is almost fits in that art knife category we looked at yesterday. Well, it definitely does fit in that art knife category. When you do a mosaic Damascus and a bolster like that, that turns it into art. That thing's beautiful. Very nice, very nice. Screws are 24 karat gold plated. Very nice. Alright. When is that? Oh, they come out with a marble carbon fiber version. Yeah, they're really pushing this knife hard recently. They've had quite a few releases of it. I think it's one of the knives I'm going to sell here soon. Yeah, that carbon fiber one looks pretty nice. I muted it right before the drop. Let's see, we got Hypercut with the Dharma prototype. That picture is probably out of proportions because it looks very short and stubby. I'm betting the picture has been squashed, but let's see. 3.1 and 7.5. Yeah, I think something's up with that image, maybe. Maybe not. Maybe that's how it looks. Definitely a different looking knife. I kind of like that carbon fiber pattern. Haven't seen that pattern, I don't think. Maybe I have, and maybe it looks different on that other side. All right. So those are live now. Tomorrow, which is today, we got the Great Eastern Cutlery Miss Trader. Missouri Trader, not Miss. Missouri. Genuine North American cattle bone. Okay. Why do we need to have that stamped on the blade. Is it really that important that it needs to go on the blade in a giant billboard? I don't think so. Is the chat not working? Is there no one here? Am I talking to myself? Guess so. Yeah, I guess it is. The cattle bone does need to be stamped on there, because this one does not have it. Why doesn't this one say a big burlap micarta across here? You forgot what you were going to say, mister? Oh, there was somebody in here that was looking for a Exceed Designs Avere, and I found one this morning, but I can't remember who it was that wanted one. Was it you, mister? There's one for sale right now. Was it you? Somebody in here wanted one. Oh, it was Dark Water who wanted it? Okay. Well, maybe he saw it this morning then. The guy's got it listed for $185 with skiffs and micro milling, and I offered him $170, and he met me at $175. That's a beautiful knife. What is that? Oh, that's a Wii. Which version of the Wii is that? The Zip, I'm not sure which version of the Wii that is, but I want one. TC, what Wii is that? Do you know the answers? Do we know? Is that the Zip? Which one is that? See if I can figure it out real quick. Oh, that's the Nefaris. That's one of the ones I've been wanting. It's the Nefaris. I don't know if y'all told me in the chat. Yeah, Nefaris. Good call, Sever7. By the way, you typed it right after I said it. But that's one of the ones I've been wanting, and that model is beautiful. But in Chinese Knives, I'm sure Dark Water saw it, because he hangs out in that forum. I mean, that subreddit. There's a guy that posted a bunch of knives for sale, and the Avere is one of them. And like I said, I offered it right here. So you can see the Avere box in the top right up there. But like I said, he's got it listed for $185. It's got the micro milling and skiffs. So it would be like $230 new. So I offered him $170, and he said $175, and I told him thanks. So I'm sure Dark Water could get it for $175 if he wants it. I think he'll message me in a little while telling me he'll take $170. But we'll let it go for a little while through the stream, and then I'll let Dark Water know if he hadn't seen it. I've got Nefaris. I don't know if I have the Nefaris added to my added to my alerts. but I need to do that if I don't. Let's see when the last one and how much it went for. 2 months ago. There's one still for sale for $235, and it is the copper foil carbon fiber, I guess. $235. Just the same one. Sold for $250. That's the black and white carbon fiber. $225 for, is that the plain one? Or is that got an inlay? I can't tell if that's, I guess that's the plain one. I like that one for sure. I didn't even know they made a plain one. Oh yeah, that's the one with the 3 holes in it that I'm like, why did they put those 3 little microscopic holes and ruin it? 4 months ago, let's see, $400, number 66. All right. I wonder if somebody's got that same one, $240 for this one. Somebody's deleted their Flickr pictures. Hand rub satin and blue accents. Try one last one and then we'll move on. Oh, there's the same one. All right. Let's go back here to where we were. So Arcane has got the Crypt with a flipper tab delete. Yep, flipper delete Crypt. So that's a beautiful knife. Yeah, that's super cool. I'm going to annoy the crap out of y'all with that little animation. But at least I learned how to add stuff. Yeah, that Crypt is good price for all you get there. That's one of the ones I like from them too, because it's not too crazy. There's a couple of their designs that I like. The Crypt is one of them. The Automaton is the other one. And the third one is the one that starts with a C, but it's not the Crypt, the Creature. So I like the Creature, the Crypt, and the Automaton. Because they're not so crazy looking. Good morning, Blade Junkie. All right, let's see. What do we got next? Pre-orders. The Nitro Glide. We didn't look at it the other day when he asked. So let's go look at it. It's one we have looked at. And it's a super cool little knife. It's about very cool knife. Urban EDC's like really throwing out some knives here recently. And that $269 price on that is pretty good. I like that texture on the handles a lot. I love that satin finish on the blade too, and I'm glad they went horizontal instead of vertical. Yeah, that looks good. I like the front of the scales too, how it's a little different. It's not just rounded off. It's got some cool lines. The clip what does the clip look like here? Clip looks good. It might be a little too skinny for me, but that's what I initially thought. The handles were too skinny. Front flipper looks easy. Oh, that reminds me. We got an update from our guy on the Etsy guy that does the reblades for 160. Andrew bought one, and he's working on it, and Andrew tried to get him to copy the rec or the REK, however guy says it. I don't know how he says it, but he tried to get him to copy the shaman that he makes with the blade shape. So the only thing the guy can't do is he can't do hollow grinds. So he sent him some progress pictures, and I thought I would share that with you really quick. So this is the progress picture of the blade that he's making for Mr. Andrew. And the shape of it looks a lot like, well, it looks exactly like the REK, except that he hasn't put the swedge along the top and the little harpoon part, and he made the choil curved instead of straight. So Andrew's going to ask him about those things. So this is what it looks like closed. And I noticed one more thing that he was not able to do, and that is the front flipper part. So let me explain something. So there's a stop pin up here above the pivot on the shaman. And in order to make the front flipper correct, there needs to be a notch cut out there to where the front flipper can extend over top of this stop pin here. But what he did is he stopped it and didn't make that notch to go around the stop pin, because that's just, something you can't see. He would have had to cut that notch out before fitting the blade in here from the front, and that's something he didn't do. So what I did is I told Drewski, I showed him that on the original he put the notch in to go over the stop pin so that the front flipper can extend further out. And what this guy did was kind of basically stop it right there. Actually, he did more of an angle like this, but he didn't extend it out like the original because he didn't go around that stop pin. So I was like, try to find me a picture of the blade. And he did. So I took the blade and I made an exact copy of what the guy needs to make it look like. So you can see on the back right there by the pivot, that's the shape of the notch that he needs to cut out in order for it to hit around the stop pin correctly. He's going to redo it. Oh, that's awesome. So yeah, having this picture is going to enable him to make that perfect notch. And you can see that the choil is straight on the REK one, and the swedge and all that. So it's all good, Andrew. I was just talking about you, so that's kind of ironic that you popped in. But I took this picture and I took the blade out, and I got it all to where he can pretty much copy that. So that's awesome. And I guess he sent me yep. So see, he did exactly what I thought. He went straight down by the stop pin instead of cutting out that back part and extending it over top of the stop pin. So it's cool that I got to see that, because I figured that's what he did. Awesome. Thanks for sharing that, Andrew. Y'all drop a like for me. Please, sirs. Oh, no problem, man. I'm just glad I could, Nick has got a Rosie XL for $825 for sale. A real one. If y'all want one. That's a good price on it. And I've got some Dickies. I got some Dickies for sale. If anybody wears a 36-34 and likes Dickies, I've got 4 pairs of brand new ones with the tag still on them that I will hook you up with for cheap. So if any of y'all wear a 36-34, I got some Dickies for you. Good morning, Ron Crow. Good morning, Ed. It's not Nick Martino. It's Nick T. It's Nick T. Nick, can't think what his last name is, but it's... Alright. Simeon, Curtis, Gentoo, the Titan, Mini Reaper, Arrows, Primordial. We've seen all those. Let's go up here to the fixed blades. Full Heart Forge dagger for $200. Thomas? Yes, sir. Travaglini, yeah. But yeah, we just sit around and talk about knives for a couple hours every morning and drink coffee. Welcome. Today we're going over the new stuff on the Drop Point, which is a weekly newsletter that you can sign up for. It's thedroppoint.com, and they list all the new stuff that comes out this week. So on Fridays we go over that. Blackbird, he had a cool table at Blade Show, and he's got great prices, very fair prices, and I like a lot of his knives. Yeah, he's got some pretty stuff. And a lot of people are doing that copper San Mai Damascus. Wow, that twisted sheep's foot, pretty cool looking. Yeah, he's got some nice knives. Blade Junkie, if you want to see a great knife, the latest one I like from Urban EDC is that Isurus. So this one right here is my favorite right now. That is a banger in my book. It's got a little bit more handle than the other one we looked at. It's got that thumb ramp that I love. Awesome sharpening choil. And they've got multiple models. You see if I can find the page that shows them all. Yeah, there's a blue. Let's see if they show up under. The miso is a little top heavy looking to me, but that's another one they came out with recently. And why am I not seeing the Isurus? Their website is the most terrible website ever. Pre-order. All right, here we go. So here's the different models of the Isurus. They got a blackwashed, a blue, and anyway, there's the three versions. It looks like they're sold out now, which means I got to find one on the secondary market. Somebody buy this for $225, Pete? Oh goodness, what is that? Oh man, hold on, because I bought from this guy. Give me just a second, guys. Pete might have just found me a new knife. What is this knife? Neutron Star? Why didn't you tell me about this earlier? Pete? All right, let me send him a chat. I've bought knives from this guy, so yeah, why didn't you tell me he had this for sale? He's probably not going to take my offer, but because he's already dropped the price. All right, back to where we were. Sorry, but I like it. It's got my blade type. Quality assurance. Just posted some pics on the Discord, so whoever that is, let's go check those out. Awesome auto. Very pretty knife. I've got a Wraith myself. I have got the purple carbon fiber one. Miso, yeah, the Miso horny knife. Yep. Nitro Glide sounds like Astro Glide. So we got the Miso horny knife and the Astro Glide. I don't know what's going on with Urban EDC recently, but where's the drop point? We lost it. All right. So Blackbird, Exodus, the Jackalope. What is the Jackalope? Oh, I thought it said old micarta. I was like, why are you using old micarta? Olive drab micarta. That's a good fish and bird knife. Jack Wolf's Collusion. Oh, that's a cool looking knife too. Wow. I like that one. I like that blue jean micarta too. Man, there's a lot of banger knives coming out recently. Sorry. There's a ton of beautiful knives coming out. That Jack Wolf is a beautiful fixed blade. Very fair price on it too. Yeah, I know. I got you. I'm already caught up with y'all. 30 seconds from now, y'all will see it. But yeah, that is a nice looking knife. What are the specs on it? Oh, thank you, Sever7. Oh, it's got a tiny, well, 3.14. Yeah, that's a pretty knife. What's the controversy surrounding it? Is it a collabo? Oh yeah, JW collab series. So what's the controversy behind it, Pete? And where's the titanium one? Oh yeah, that's the one. Didn't we look at that last week? I think we did, because I didn't notice that was titanium last week. Yeah, I haven't found a shark for you yet, Knives Are Live. So, what did I tell y'all? I told y'all he would message me and tell me he'd take the 170. So I need to get a hold of Dark Water right now and see if he wants it. Because he just told me he'd take 170. Aha. Wow. I don't know that the handle's not the same, for sure. Yeah, the handle is definitely not the same. Pete, try to get a hold of Dark Water real quick. See if he wants that knife for 170. Yeah, the blade shape definitely looks a lot. Let's see. Whoops. Yeah, it's got a swedge. It's got a bigger swedge on the top too, which I like. On that front, he added a swedge. I like the Jack Wolf's better. Chinesium. Yeah. Hate all you want, but the Chinese are putting a hurting. Yeah, there's too many knives that look alike. But I like the fact he added that swedge right there, because that's not on this one. And I like the fact that the handles are straight, where this one's got all kinds of craziness going on. So those are one of those cases where I don't think it's not close enough to be a copy to me, because there's lots of blade shapes like that, and the handles are definitely different. I mean, I guess if the size is pretty close, then it is what it is. Somebody bought a Hilberg Haptic and was totally impressed. Yeah, that's a cool knife. All right. Upcoming. Yesterday, MKC Tactical released a new one. That one looks comfortable as well. They're a little bit high price to me right now still, but I wish they were around the $300 price point. The Saber Grind on the Wicket. So that's pretty cool. We were just talking about that. No, we weren't. And what was I talking about? It's kind of like a Scandi grind. What's the difference between a Saber grind and a Scandi grind? Oh, this is the Scandi. Aha. So the Saber goes up higher, but it's basically kind of the same. I mean, the Saber, yeah, the Saber goes up higher, the Scandi's lower. And I guess it's got a micro bevel on the Saber. Huh. RMJ releasing something else this week. The U-Cap. That's where I bought that pipe tomahawk from. That's a nice looking knife. I like the finish on that blade. What's going on with the up close and personal blade finish there? Yeah, that's a nice looking, that's a nice size knife. Up close and personal. Nitro V. Tungsten Cerakote is how he got that done. Wow, that's a beautiful finish. Yeah, I love that finish on that blade. 170. He just came back with a 170. I offered him 170 earlier and he said no, and he just hit me up and said, dang it, Pete. You made me buy that knife. So that knife is mine now. Thanks, Pete. Not that one. That one. Yep. That is mine now. I'm in the middle of my live. Give me about 45 minutes. Am I stuck with what? I'm not stuck with it. I love it. I love the way it looks. Sever said it's not ergonomically good, but maybe he's got tiny hands and it'll fit me better. Yeah, I like it. I got it for 200, so he started out at 250 and then went to 225. Yeah, I just got one from him too. Pete. Where do you think this came from, Pete? We came from the same guy. That's where I got this Monterey Bay EZC. So I actually got the EZC and the slayback from him. So I've gotten 2 Monterey Bay knives from him. We got some pictures. It went up from Mr. Ed, a coin, and a knife, and a Edyard. And then we got Quality Assurance. Welcome to the Discord. All right, we're back to the drop point. I really love that finish on that knife, though. Why does nobody else agree with me about that finish? Am I the only one that likes the way that looks? I can't be the only one that likes it. Y'all don't like that finish? Thank you, mister. Yeah, it does kind of look like rhino lining, but it's tungsten and it's very durable. I mean, I like that whole thing. 260. How big's the blade? 4-inch blade. So yeah, that's a great fixed blade. And that's the same guy that I bought the pipe tomahawk from. The Patriot. I don't know why. He has a bunch of tomahawks, by the way. Why is his oh, search. Yeah, he's the same place I got that Patriot tomahawk from. The smoking tomahawk with the bowl in it. Alright. See what else is coming out today. The Dauntless Helm Work Knife. All right. That looks like that would do some work. Knives are life. It wasn't just me. There's other people that like that finish, including Mr. Mister. The Wizard Forge, one-off customs. Let's see. Let's download that picture like we can. And then drag it over here to where we can see it for real. Those things look funny. He's definitely got some cool handle material though. The purple ones over on the left look cool. He definitely combines a bunch of stuff. It's pretty wild. I want the second one, Sever 7. I think the second one is that the integral? The one with the harpoon? I think that's the one I want. All right, and then tomorrow, Turnback Knife has got a prototype. Only taking him 6.5 years from design to get them to the point where they're comfortable turning them loose. On his website, 7 p.m. We follow him. Go to the website. Is that the one? Yeah. So it doesn't have a price on it yet. 6 inches overall length. Yeah, that's what I meant, Sever 7. Yeah, that's a smaller knife, 6 inches overall. All right. Let's see what else we got. That's about it for today. So let me go back to this. And let me go to this. And let me grab my Dremel, which is right here, and an extension cord, which is right here. See if we can get some sparks flying. No, I don't need any sparks flying, but let's see what it looks like when I start hitting it with the Dremel. Where's my little sanding drum? I could have sworn I had it right off here to the side. I do. Alright, there's my sanding drum. Got the plug plugged in. Whoops. Dropped my mouse. Hold on. We didn't lose anything, did we? Nope. We're good. Alright. We got the Dremel. We got the knife scales. We got the camera. We're going to see what kind of sparks we get. We're not getting any sparks. And working on it this way, it's going to throw all the dust that way. Turn up my speed a little bit. All right. Let's take a look at that and see if anything has happened. It is still needs to go down. It's nice and shiny though. Let me shine up that other side too, but as long as I keep this pretty much horizontal, it'll even itself out. You can see I'm not hitting the other side yet because it hasn't shined it up yet. Go ahead and shine this one up really good. I'm not going to do this very long on the stream. Yep, I'm getting them polished up better. This one still has some gouges in it. I'm going to have to take it down a little bit. And I'm not going to do this. Yeah, and I'm going to get it square. Like, as long as I hold this horizontal, then it'll keep hitting the higher one until they even out. No flipper tab removal. We're trying to even this out. And when I get close, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of my diamond stones and I'm going to hold this perfectly parallel and I'm going to even them out this way to where they're both exactly flat. But I can still see there's quite an angle on this left one, and it's quite a bit higher. So I will do this off of stream, but you can see how it's definitely leaning at an angle this way. So I will hold this at exactly 90 degrees and I will get those even this way. Yeah. Just like that. And if I had something, anyway, I'll get it right. No, John, it should be delivered tomorrow. But this side is quite a bit higher still. So I'm just going to take my time, get all those gouges out of there. I've got to go down some anyway to get those gouges out. But I just wanted to show y'all what I thought the process will be. I'm not going to do that on stream. But like I said, as long as I keep this sanding drum pretty much level, y'all can't see that it's level, but I've got it pretty level, then it'll keep hitting the higher one until it evens it out, and then I can see that it'll start hitting the other side. And I'll get it right, trust me. I mean, you can definitely see that's at an angle. I mean, I don't know if y'all can see that. I hope you can. But it's almost like he laid it on something like holding it at an angle, like off to the side here, and rubbed it back and forth. Because it's pretty even. Yeah. And I will go do this on my belt grinder out in the garage. And I probably will take it apart and clamp the scales together and do it that way. But I wanted to look at it because you can see it better when they're apart. You can see how drastic the line is. But yeah, I'll probably will use my belt sander in the garage, Pete. And I probably will do like you said and just clamp these two together when I do that. But I'm not going to sit here with the Dremel and take all that material off. All right. The thing I wanted to see, though, more than anything, was how well the multi-etch takes all the anno off. Because we didn't let it go long enough to get all the stripes off of the one I did the other day. So I think I'm about to do that right now. I'm about to get it in the multi-etch and see what, because these stripes don't look very very deep. They don't look nearly as hot as the ones that were on my Kubi or whatever that was. Was that a Kubi? Yeah, that was a Kubi. These little stripes on here don't look very aggressive at all. Dang it, I knew that was going to happen. It doesn't want to. Alright, we got parts and pieces everywhere now. I do want to keep my screws right, so I'm going to put these two inside. You never know when screws are going to be longer on knives. A lot of knives use the same screws, but some of them use longer ones for the back part. So what I always do is I always take the spacer that the screws came out of and I put them in there to save them. And this back pocket clip screw is the one that goes in here. So I will attach this barrel spacer to the back pocket clip screw. And then I will put that other screw in the other end of that barrel just so I know that I've got all the screws in the right place. But keeping up with knife parts is important because you can take them apart and not be able to get them back together like they're supposed to be if you got longer screws in certain places and shorter ones. But see, that's how I put the screws that go in the barrel spacers back in the barrel spacers so that you don't lose them there. And then we're almost good. Looks like this liner just pops out, but it's got one of those captive. I hate those things. I mean, I'm glad knives have them, but these things can get super annoying when trying to get liners out. So they put little places over here by it. Just so you know, the reason those two little spots are there is so you can pry it up over close to where this thing is, because they make the tolerances really tight on these so that they fit. So if you ever have to take them apart, make sure to pry in these little areas that they made to pry. And I'm just going to take a little flathead and try to see, they make the tolerances super tight on those things and it doesn't want to come out. And that sucks. I gotta get that out. And I need to pry on it with something that's not gonna mar it up. I mean, I can bead blast the inside of this, so I'm cool, but these things do not want to come out a lot of times. I already marred it up a little bit, but I gotta refinish it all anyway, so no big deal. And a plastic pry bar is just going to bend. You got to use something metal. I probably won't use something as aggressive as a flathead. I need something a little more blunt. I don't know. This pry bar probably won't work great either. And that sucks. Man. It lifted a little bit there. Yeah, it's coming off. What you can do, possibly, is put a screw in that screw hole if it's threaded in and use that to help pull it out. It did raise up some just then. Let me see if I can get it out. Hold on. Then I'll have to readjust this lock bar tension too once I get it out. Man, that thing is in there tight. If you pry at the end of it, there we go. Got it. If you pry at the end of it down here, if you start pulling on it trying to lift it up, it'll bend the lock bar all out of position. All right, so I got the scales now. You can see it's pretty rough on that side there. I don't think I'm even going to attempt to try to... I'm going to have to do some kind of file. I don't know. That mark, I definitely didn't do that mark. This one doesn't really have too bad of marks on this side here. It's got a little one. But this one has got some damage that I'm going to have to figure out what I want to do with. Yeah, a little heat won't bring it back dark, Pete. It goes into gold. It goes to gold first. But I've got a torch right here. We can see what's up. I've got some WD-40 right here too. Let me get something to hold it with. I've got a towel and some pliers. All right, I got a towel and some pliers, and I'm not holding it very tight. I've got some WD-40 here. Put down this other towel. It's dirty. I'm gonna spray a little WD-40 on here. And then I'm going to hit it with the torch. Give me just a second. All right, we got the torch. Doing this live. We're on fire. WD-40 will burn. It's going to get that little bronze color first. I'm trying to just go slow. Let y'all know, tell me what you think. That's about all I'm going to do for right now. But you can see it's getting a little bronze color. It won't really darken, but it will go bronze and then gold. It's got a little purple in there. See you later, Christopher. Yeah, you can't really get dark. It's going to go gold and then purple and then blue. purple and blue. Yeah. So it goes gold first, and then it turns purple, and then it turns blue. Yeah, I think I'm gonna, if anything, I'm just gonna redo it. Because I can make it pretty. I've got mine still right behind me. So mine's got the micro milling too. And of course mine still has the corner, so I can't front flip it. But I kind of like the idea of front flipping it. But you can see how much he took off of that corner. I'm about to, I don't guess I need to let it cool to go into the multi-etch. I'm putting this other side in the multi-etch though. I'm going to check it in about 45 minutes. Actually, I'll check it every 15 minutes, but it's so cold in here. Well, that's not very hot. It gets hotter the closer you go down there, though. All that oil ran down. All right. Oh, I guess I need to do them both the same amount of time, and that'll cool it off in the multi-etch. You're supposed to heat multi-etch anyway, so that'll just warm it up a little bit. All right, they're both in the multi-etch now, along with my finger. Oh, all right. Let's see. We're at an hour and a half. What else are we going to talk about today before we leave? I'm going to get a baggie. Put all these parts in there. Except for the blade. And I don't want to put the clip in there. I really don't want to put any of the body. I'll put all this stuff in there. Can't really hurt it. I don't want to put the clip and back spacer. All right. Well, I got that stuff straight now. My pry tool out of the way. Oh, that $2.99 drops today? Yes, Sever, I got you. Let's start with the first one. So this first design has gone to Kubi, I believe. This is Sever's design that went to Kubi. And I believe this will be the first one that gets made. So that's a super cool design. Good job, Mr. Sever. Let me get my Dremel out of the way. Hold on. Trying to wrangle some stuff. Got to put my Dremel back in its case so I don't try to put stuff back up where it goes. So there's the first design. Second design is this one. There it is closed, and there it is open. Oh. All right, I got stuff all around. And then, let's see. That's the second one. That's the one I want, for sure, Sever. And then this is the third one, which kind of looks like the first one. I mean, the second one. The handles look like the second one, but the blade shape is different. Yeah, and there's the other side of it. I like the full back spacer. Super cool Sever. There was something about the blade grind that was different on this one than on your original drawing. I can't remember what that was. So what was different about the sharpening choil or the plunge area or something? Yeah, wasn't there something going on with the blade, the plunge cut or something? Yeah, so y'all can see, y'all can join the Discord if y'all want to see these. I'll post them. If you don't care, Sever, can I post these on in the Discord? Or will you post them on the Discord? All right, I got all the pictures now. Yeah, nice job, Sever. I guess I'll post them all in one post. So they're all in one post there. There we go. So yeah, if y'all haven't joined the Discord, it's super easy. All you do is go to my YouTube page, and at the very top there's a link. All you got to do, go to my YouTube page and click that Discord link at the top there. Oh, you said don't post them? All right. They're gone. I mean, okay, they're gone. I mean, anybody can pause the stream and see them full screen. So I don't know what I stopped. You wanted me to show them on stream. All I got to do is go pause the screen, but it's all good. I deleted them. Yeah, I'm sure they can just click this video and go right here. So, I don't know, but I guess it's different. There's words over top of it. Yeah, there's words over top of it, so. But yeah, I didn't know I was doing something wrong. Sorry, Sever. I figured since they were on the stream, it wouldn't have mattered anyway. I mean, I can't delete them off the video, Nick, so. Oh, okay. Well, there's not that many people that join the Discord that aren't in the chat, but okay. It's all good. They're gone. They were just up for a few seconds. See? They're gone. Nothing in knife picks. Oh, yeah. Waylon did a cool mod to his Arius the other day. He put jimping on the bottom of his finger choil. So he did a flipper tab delete, and then he took off that giant flipper there, and he put lines on it. See you later, Pete. Yeah, Waylon did a great job on that. All right, guys, we're about at an hour and 45. It is Friday. It is going to be a good day. And I am going to relax and chill today. The little time that I do have. That was a Arius clone, Robin. Yeah, he used a Dremel and the cutoff wheel to put those jimps in. Yeah, y'all hit that like button. I got animations coming up and everything now. Drop a like. I got multiple ones coming up at the same time. Mr. Knives Are Life, have a good Friday. Mr. Whalen, Mr. Mitchell, Mr. Sever, Mr. Nick, Mr. Tommy, Mr. Mr. Pete, Mr. Ed in the background back there. Appreciate you being here today. Mr. TC, of course. Mr. Ron Crow, Mr. Christopher Hinckley, thank you, sirs. Mr. John Tagamori, Mr. Clint, Bill Cosby. No, it's Crosby. Clint Crosby. Anyway, guys, I appreciate y'all. If y'all need me, hit me up. Come find me on the Discord. I guess I will go buy that knife now and try to get a hold of Darkwater and see if he wants that other one. I don't know if Pete ever said anything. I don't know what happened with that. Oh, no problem, 7-7. I love it.